I'm Nicholas Penrake, and you're listening to A Trader's Life, the podcast where I get to talk to successful traders about their approach to trading, how they started out and went from broke or breaking even to pulling in thousands of dollars a week. Trading is a tough game. They say only around 5% of those who try actually make a profit. Join me for A Trader's Life to glean some valuable insights from the market wizards I get to talk to. For episode 23 of A Trader's Life, I got together with Krists Elviks, a trader based in Riga, Latvia. Krists is a scalper of foreign currencies and gold. I was curious to find out why he prefers this style of trading, and why gold, given that it's been highly unpredictable since the end of its last bull run in 2020. Here's our conversation. Krists, how are you doing?
Thank you, Nick. I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, good. Welcome to the show. How's trading been this January?
January has been interesting, I'll be honest.
That's one way of putting it. Okay. Yeah. Well, listeners, this is probably February by the time you get this, but you've all been through January by now, and it's been a very volatile month. What do you make of it all?
Oh, it was actually one of the best months for me.
Oh, very good. Good. In what particular instrument?
Lately, I traded gold. I was happy with Biden's win, so it affected me hardly in positive way.
Yep.
So I got some piece of cake for mine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. So with gold, what were you doing?
Actually, as my strategy is based on scalping, I follow what's happening in USA. So when Biden got elected, let's say all the gold traders kindly knew what will happen. There will be huge swings, but it's for better than it was before. So we expected huge price movements.
And were you getting those big movements? I mean, I wasn't really paying much attention to gold. I just know it was going up and down a bit in sort of ranging kind of fashion. A lot of suggestions that it might break out and then it sort of swings low. What were you mostly shorting or a bit of both?
I traded both, actually. Because now there were huge speculations about everything. It will go up or it will go down. But in forex, it's like you never know what will happen. But that kind of information, it just gives huge boost. And it's a huge catalyst for markets to move. So you have to read the charts, let's say. And if you read them well, then you will get a lot from that. You will get rewarded.
Okay. What time frames are you using with something like gold?
For understanding the trend, I use 1 hour and 4 hours. But for entries, I use 5-minute chart.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. And do you look at the weeklies and monthlies, or not so much with gold?
For general view, I look them so to not get into the wrong positions, let's say. So to not go short when it's very low without reason, let's say.
Okay.
So you have to check for higher time frames as well. Maybe there is some resistance already that you don't see on 1 hour or 4 hours.
How did you get into trading? What drew you to it?
How I got into it started quite interestingly, because when I was 16, I read my first book about stock trading. It was from the Nasdaq in Latvian, and then I read that, and it somehow got me into that kind of business, because I like independent things. I don't like to be dependent on anyone, mostly. And trading is something that gives you the chance to be responsible for your own decisions.
Yeah, certainly that. And so where did you start off in life? Did you went to university and then got a job and in something in finance, I seem to remember?
My first account was when I was 18. It was it was 19. Approximately the same time when I started university. So I studied business administration, so I kind of knew my way in life. Then somehow, after my first year, I had my internship in banking. From there, it got me into that business more deeply. I had more information. I understood how things work, and I saw the advantages of that and how to implement them on my own life, on my own business. And then I understand that I like, let's say, currency swings, and that's something that goes up, something goes down, and I like the speculation between.
Yeah. Okay. And so while at the bank, you were trading like on the side?
Yeah, I started to do both things at the same time, approximately.
Okay. And I understand you mostly trade forex, and I think you've got some favorite pairs, haven't you? I think GBP was one of them.
Yeah.
GBPUSD and JPY. Those two. Why those two in particular?
So I started trading British pound a bit lately. I started with Euro USD. It was the basic thing for me. You have to understand. Let's say for trading British pound, you need some experience because it's quite aggressive currency, and you have to understand what can happen in different moments, especially when there started Brexit talks. If you don't have an experience, you can make some wrong decisions quite a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a difficult one to gauge, I've found, personally. You seem to think you know it, and then it can go from being quite weak to suddenly very strong, can't it?
It can, yeah, but it's about, like I said, if you have experience, you know what to expect.
And are you pretty much in front of your screen the whole day? Looking at your charts and checking, and then re-entering.
When I wake up, let's say, it's like 1 hour before London opens. Then I check what's going on in market. If there is any setup or not, then I give it 1 hour to move somewhere. If it go up or down, so to get confirmation of my setup. If I see that, if it confirms, then I open position. If I hit 200 pips, I'm out for that moment, and then I don't trade just for an hour or two. Even I don't look even on charts. Then the second session is 1 hour before US opens, before New York Stock Exchange opens.
Yeah.
Then again, I give a look, what might happen, what to expect, and of course, I check the news feed, so to understand what to expect. And also, if there is a setup I should get ready for, then I wait for the moment to entry. So it's between 3 to 4 hours before each stock exchange opens. I give it like a shot like that, 1 hour before, and then 2 or 3 hours when it's open, and then I'm out. If I get my position, I'm out.
Okay. You don't leave trades overnight or running for a couple of days?
No.
Longer?
No. Actually, I'm focused on scalping mostly. Some kind of scalping. Like I don't keep positions more than 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going in with quite large lot sizes, is that right?
I won't say it's huge. I risk like 5% of my capital. So
Yeah.
the take profit is 200 pips and stop loss is 150. So I won't say it's huge lots, but I won't say that it's micro lot.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I like to be rewarded for the time I invest in trading. But I do not overtrade, let's say.
Okay. So you're quite disciplined as to, you have a sense of when you've hit your limit and then you pull back.
Actually, I started trading better when I made a plan on my Excel, let's say. You put the lot sizes, you calculate how many pips it's for an upgrade, and then you trade. When you hit that point, you just exit for the day, and you focus on another day. And then step by step, you increase your capital, and it makes you sleep better when you know how much you need, and to not run for I don't know, like 5 deals a day. There's no need for that. Of course, you always want it. There's always not enough for something, but you have to stop at one moment, because for good deals and one bad deal, it's better to have 2 or 3 good deals instead of over exaggerate and then see your loss.
It's so true, isn't it? Because once you get a nasty loss, not only have you lost that money, you've had your confidence knocked, which is then going to affect the way you trade tomorrow. So, it could be a cumulative effect that you're looking at if you have heavy losses. It sort of really takes a while to sort of calm down from that and move on and think clearly without getting sort of emotional, I suppose. Yeah, it's very true. It's much better really to have a consistent lower profit record, I think, per week than, some really great weeks and then some horrible weeks. Unless it's some giant, win like we had on GameStop just this week, which was a bit insane. Do you trade stocks?
I want to, but it will take some time when I switch to stocks, because I know it's a bit more passive for trading and for my strategy. So to trade stocks, I need kind of new strategy.
Yeah, usually it takes more time unless you've got a really good inside information that tells you it's going to explode tomorrow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you need much more extra analysis on that. You have to understand company. You have to understand what are their ideas, where they are moving, what are their plans. And to get rewarded, you need quite huge capital to feel the investment. Let's say.
You say you like scalping. That's kind of your thing.
Yeah.
And you're an aggressive, in quotes, trader. Where do you think that comes from? Is it have you always been like that? And is it something? Why does that suit you, if you like? What is it you think in your character that makes that work for you?
That's one of my characteristics. That it's either I mostly think it's white or black. I don't have the gray between.
Okay.
So as well as in trading, it either goes up or it goes down. If it goes neutral, I'm out.
Yeah. Are you like that, making decisions about a lot of things in life, or is this just trading?
That is kind of my personality. I like dynamic things.
Okay.
So I'm like, either I do it or not. And if I go, then I go hard, let's say.
Okay, so quite uncompromising, we might say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm quite stubborn, so it's not easy with me.
Okay. Yeah. So who do you take after in the family? Is it more mum or dad?
I don't know. It's more like that.
Oh, okay. Right. Cool. Yeah. So you trade pretty much the whole day. Do you take days off?
Of course.
Yeah.
You need those times when you don't trade, when you don't think about trading, because trading is a huge power. It drains out a lot. It's in general about when it comes about money. It drains out. It has a huge energy and it takes a lot from you.
Yeah.
And when you focus on that, when you focus on analysis and such, you need to recover after that.
How do you know when to pull back and just sort of take a rest, take a break?
When you see that there is like 50-50 on chart, like I said a few days before, when it's neutral, when you don't know it go up or down, you just wait. So to not force anything, and just to give it a time for it for it to take its time, and you take your time. You get your fresh ideas, then you check on charts. You have fresh mind. You don't have expectations. It will go up or down. You see the setup, you entry. If there is no setup, you just focus on other things. Go out, have fun.
And do you run any other kind of business?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So you've been trading how many years now? About 5 or 6?
Full. I will calculate. It depends. I'm connected with trading 8 years. There have been 2 years I'm not trading, and I came back because I understood that that's my business. It's hard for me to run anything else. But with trading, there is one thing that it takes a lot of time to be successful. It's not an overnight success, let's say.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every trader
You
says
have to
that.
understand where were your faults when you made wrong decisions. What is good about them? Maybe it was wrong decision at wrong time. Maybe it was good decision at wrong time.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that, and sometimes it takes a long time to understand.
So how long did it take you before you started to, shall we say, make a net profit every month, even if it was small net profit? How long did it take you? Was it 1 year?
It took
2 years?
more. It took 4 years. If I'm calculating, including those 2 years I was not trading, it's 5 years.
Okay, so you stopped trading because you felt you were not getting anywhere? You felt this is just too hard?
Actually, there was another issue because, okay, I won't name the name of the brokerages and such, but I earned quite a nice amount of money, and then I couldn't withdraw it.
Oh, yeah, it's happened to me.
And
Yeah.
I kind of lost it. So, of course, I was devastated and like I don't want it anymore because it took quite a huge time from mine and you got nothing.
Yeah, no, it's bitter, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes.
very hard.
So it took a time for me, for my mind to understand it, and for me personally to understand it. What could have I done better, and what are the things I should look for when choosing brokerage? Of course,
Yeah.
every one of them are talking nicely. Every one of them want for you to invest in them and such, but
Yeah.
it never.
Yeah, they need to be regulated, don't they, really?
Yeah.
I mean, are you with a regulated broker now?
Yeah, mine is regulated by ASIC. It's Australian
Okay, is that
regulation, but I
okay?
don't have any issues with them. I
Yeah.
kind of trust them. But now I'm much more smarter because I use two brokerages at the same time.
Yeah,
So,
just in case.
yeah, you never know.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah, you never know. Yeah. And so the Australian one, what's that one?
I
I
see.
know Pepperstone, which are quite
I
good.
see markets.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, they're quite big. Yeah,
They offer me quite good conditions, and I like commissions, and I like how do they execute deals. I have never had any delays or slippages.
yeah, and low spreads, I understand.
Yeah, very low actually. I'm very,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very happy about it.
In terms of currencies going forward in 2021, where will your focus lie? Do you think? Will you stay with the pound, or I mean, I know you said you were working on gold. Will you flip back to the pound? Do you think?
It depends because now I have my plan, and my plan is based on gold trading.
Okay.
Lately, it's been more rewarding for me than pound because when you focus on pound and then you have 1 week, you see no entries, but you spend your time, you feel kind of exhausted about it. But with gold, it changes quite more often, so there are more opportunities for good entries. From my experience, during the day, you will surely have at least one good entry. During the day, there is one strong movement, at least you can get. With gold, I like that it's quite dynamic. That's the most important thing for me. That you know that you don't waste your time. Sometimes it's harsh and it hits hard, but still, for me, as my personality, it's more interesting. I feel more attached to that adrenaline, let's say.
Okay. And do you follow any other kind of groups or Telegram groups and sort of pick up on, rumors or hints at this and that?
Some time ago, I followed them, but there is one thing I understood it. Mm. For example, me and you, we can look at one chart and we will see different things. That is important thing to understand, because if someone says it will go up, you expect it to go up somehow. But if it doesn't, you want to understand when it will go up.
Yeah. So you tend to resist other people's opinions and just sort of, you find that's kind of just noise and prefer to
It's distracting
keep your own.
very much. Yeah, it's distracting. So I
Okay.
focus on my own, like, have I read the chart? Have I see where is my entry point? Not what anyone else is saying. So I can understand and I can feel it. If someone says, "Oh, you open there," and expect it to go there, for me it doesn't work.
Yeah. How much of your trading with gold is experience and intuition, a sort of combination of the two, and how much is, shall we say, news? If you can divide the two, do you know what I mean? You sometimes you have a really strong feeling, and it's based, of course, a lot on the experience you've already had, it also comes from the way you view life. And on the other hand, you've got the news, the external world, haven't you? So how much does the external world play? Is it like a 50-50 with your intuition, or is it less?
It goes like 50-50. There have been moments, of course, when data comes out and market doesn't react. It doesn't go where it should go.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of that, hasn't there? Since remember, we had gold climb to the sky, and then it sold off massively.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's, since kind of mid autumn, it's been going a bit sideways, threatening to go further down, then threatening to go up. Um, and a lot of people have had all sorts of theories about when it's going to break out, and then it hasn't. Do you have any sort of feeling as to when it might break out, if at all?
If looking actually on trend lines, it's hard to say because it's not only about trends and points on lines, let's say resistances and such, because it's a very difficult business because it's run by huge companies. So they decide where it will go up, and including governments. We traders, we don't have that huge impact. We can see, okay, there should be a breakout, and where it hits every highs and, for example, the bottom lines, but it doesn't mean it will make a
Yeah,
bounce
yeah.
back.
I mean, if the world can get COVID under control, do you think gold might just break out, or do you think it will carry on being rather sideways in fashion?
If the world done, okay, give me a
It's a big
that's
if, isn't it?
yeah.
It might take a while.
I have to put a picture like on my mind now.
Yeah, quite.
Of course, when there will be lower COVID data, it will move higher. It will move.
Yeah, you think it'll move higher?
It
Yeah.
should be higher.
Yeah. I mean, it did last time, didn't it? Because we all thought with the summer everything's going to be all right and we'll be fine and people can go back to school and university,
Yeah.
and totally ignored what the scientists were saying about a second wave in the winter, and here we are with horrible variants as well. But yeah, so I think until that myself, I mean, for what it's worth, I think until that is at least plateaus and or even shrinks in terms of daily cases around the world, I think gold will be very sort of ranging, if that's the right word. But I suppose, like you said, even when it ranges, gold still has volatile moves and opportunities for, especially a trader like you, who's using, who's going in for the scalp.
Yeah.
And looking to the future, do you have any plans that might include other ways of trading, or do you have any plans to teach trading?
One thing I can answer already now. I cannot teach. In my opinion, you cannot teach trading.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said, you cannot teach. Okay, you can teach basics, like what is what. But to be
Hmm.
completely successful, each trader has to understand his own way. For example, me and you, we might have two different opinions, but it doesn't mean they are wrong. I see one picture, you see another one. And for me to tell you that you see it wrong, it's unfair. For a trader, he has to get his own experience. He has to understand how to trade. For example, my scalping, I cannot go for long distance. I cannot keep open position for a week or month. It doesn't for me.
No, sure. Yeah.
When everyone is going up, for example, when everyone is buying and I see the short position, I do short. I don't care if there is 100 million people going up. I see the short position, I go short. And if I hit my take profit, it doesn't matter where it will go afterwards.
Right.
But all those 100 million, let's say they will say, I was wrong. I shouldn't have gone short. So it's difficult to say. As for my plans, I kind of plan to diversify my business on trading, to go for both forex and stocks.
What stocks might be of interest to you? What category, if you like?
I like technologies because with techs it's better because you know where they are moving.
Yeah, it is the future after all, isn't it? Yeah.
Examples like Apple, like Tesla, they are good examples on everything. Where they invented things, what is their vision for the future. It's much more interesting, let's say.
And how do you spend your weekends? Is it just time off, or are you, looking at charts and sort of planning next moves?
I start checking on charts on Sunday evenings, let's say. So to understand what should I expect, what's the picture on movements, what can happen. On Friday evening, from Friday evening to Sunday evening, I do not think about trading. I do try to spend my time with my girlfriend, so we do plans together. So to fully have focus on other things.
Yeah, and what's her feeling about trading? I mean, is she interested or just tolerates it, or what's her reaction to it all?
She knows my passion about it. If I'm fully into and if I get the results, so of course she supports me and helps me.
Yeah. Okay. Does she ever trade herself?
No, she doesn't.
No,
but
she stays away from it.
But somehow she starts to understand how it works.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, Krists, thanks very much for talking to me. We should wrap up here. It's been great. Have a good weekend. We're now Friday.
Thank you very much, Nick. It was a pleasure.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was talking just then to Krists Elviks, currency trader from Latvia. Just before you go, if you're a regular here and enjoy the podcast, please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Penrakes Podcast. Thanks very much.